Now, I'm sure Optimus will join us in a few. A little chit chat to get the thing going. Let's see. All right. All right. What's up? Are we live? Okay. All right. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking. All right. Woo! Hey yo! What's up, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers? Is it loud? Is my mic loud? Better lower the volume. You know we Puerto Ricans are loud. Yo, we loud as hell. You know what I'm saying? Green opening, green closing. What's up? Oh, snap. What's up? How was that? It was good, man. It was so good I had to delay the podcast. I needed 5 more minutes. Oh, snap. Hey, yo, Craig, what's going on?
Oh, this me looking at this terrible show. I mean, besides
you still looking at it?
I can't reach the remote control.
So he's like, so now you just got to suffer.
Yeah,
Can't you get Alexa, change this shit.
No, but you did turn mine on when you said that name. So it's not hooked up to the TV. She's just good for radio. That's my little personal 3-inch assistant.
All right. Okay. All right. Hey, yo, Jay Breezy.
Yo, P-Rod, what's good, bro?
Shit. So now you in the vibes. You in the big leagues now. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Now you walking around like, yo, who you? I don't know you. My man got Sean laid in this Saturday. Hey, chat, you want to tune into What's Up PlayStation this Saturday, dog. If you never tuned in before, this Saturday's a good time to do it. Let them know, Jay Breezy. Let them know what you got cooking.
Yeah, we're doing a few things out here, man. We're gonna have Sean Layden as a guest for What's Up PlayStation podcast this Saturday. This is something that this is a goal that we set out for our podcast of What's Up PlayStation. Get PlayStation prominent representatives in here and just talk to the PlayStation community, man. Our goal is to have a PlayStation podcast that the PlayStation community can be proud of. You know what I mean? Yo, this is the PlayStation podcast. That's the goal. Not saying that nobody else can do it or whatnot, but it's just a goal that me and Persona had. And it's coming to light, man. It feels good that, we got someone like Sean, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Trust me, there's going to be a lot more people that's going to be coming through for sure. So
congratulations on that.
Just want to say thank you to everybody that did support, What's Up PlayStation, man. Yeah, we appreciate it. You're a real rap.
Yeah, man. Now J
Bar. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats. Now he walking around like he don't know nobody.
And also congrats to let me give another
J Bar like, who you?
And let me give another shout out to Big Cloud Gaming, because they're gonna be interviewing the guy that plays 47. I think that is coming up in the next day or two as well. So congrats to everybody. 47 from Hitman.
Oh, Agent 47.
Yeah, I believe they got that set up. So that's great. That's good news for everybody. Shout out to everybody on that. Yeah.
Agent 47.
That's what's up.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Oh, that's lit.
Yeah, that's great news. So congrats to everybody that's doing that. Hurrah.
Nah, man, proud of y'all. Ain't nobody.
PlayStation Nation, we out here, man. You know what I mean?
Ain't nobody coming to my show because they know they're gonna get the smoke. I don't care who you is. You on 60 frames no lag, you gonna get this smoke. I'm that dude. I want to be the Geraldo Rivera of this shit. I'm gonna be the Geraldo Rivera of Crumb Side podcasting. Everybody's gonna get this work. There's no friends, boy. Jim Ryan, don't you even dare. Nah, I'm lying. Let me stop bullshitting.
Viewmaster. Jim coming on next. We got him. We gonna get him.
He's gonna have to go through the Inquisition. I'm gonna have a lamp over his head. Like,
we gonna line them up with the world order. You know what I mean? So
when it comes to these PS5 exclusives, I'm gonna be like, where are they? I'm gonna be like,
hit it with a Batman
where
voice.
are they? I'm gonna have my, where are they? And he's gonna be like, he's gonna be like, what are you talking about? I'll be like, I only got one rule, and I'm about to break it. He's gonna be like, what in the bloody hell are you talking about? Where are they? Shout out to Viewmaster617. He said, what's good, P-Rock? How excited are you for Battlefield 2042 and the Venom movie coming out this week? I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty excited for Battlefield 2042. From the previews and all that's been showing, I'm going to already have it pre-ordered. I'm ready to roll for that one. So that's going to be like, I haven't really been into multiplayer gaming for a while because I wore myself out with PS3 and early PS4 that I just stood away with for a long time. But 2042, I'm like, man, that looks really good. As far as the Venom movie, man, I'm excited. Except somebody doesn't want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was good. If you like the first one, you'll like the second one.
If only I had a wife to go with me on Friday. She said, I better find the cheese.
Yo, Venom only came out?
That's when it was coming out this Thursday.
It's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Hours, yeah. Yeah, Sony moved it up 2 weeks.
She just said, you better get someone on that podcast to go with you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Hey, shout out to Ramon Terrell. He says, yo, shout out to the homie P-Rock. Thank you for your service and just discovering what's up PlayStation. Good stuff. Thank you, brother. Hey, my man Ramon, yo, he released his new book out. I'm going to retweet it. Yo, check it out. My man's doing big things. Yo, hardcover. It's not no fake stuff. It's like a legit. It looked like a Stephen King novel or some shit. All right?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to check it out. But congratulations, Ramon. Yo, what up, everybody? Everybody laugh. See, babe, you got the whole chat laughing at me. They be like, this motherfucker can't even get his wife to go out with him. How corny is he? So now you gotta go. Babe? She said, huh? Oh, snap. You see? They got them laughing at me now. They said, this dude mad corny, his own wife don't want to hang out with him. Look at this. You still not going?
Oh, she may surprise you. She still may go.
Yeah, she'll go. She always says that. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta mention is a trip to the Coach outlet or the Polo store or Christian Dior. You know, that'll work. You know, you just gotta compromise. You just gotta find a way. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, it's just how it is. All right. So, yo, what's going on? Let's talk about something light. I know we didn't get a chance to talk about this last week. Oh, snap, Morgan Kimes. Having you back on YouTube feels so surreal. Now we gotta get you to host a Spaces on Twitter. Oh, you have no idea how that's gonna blow up. Boy, I already got the title ready. I'm just not gonna tell you because I want nobody to steal it. So it's on the hush hush. But I already have the title of my Spaces ready. And boy,
Yo, P-Ride getting his Spaces ready?
Oh, we're gonna have that. Watch. Yo, it's gonna trigger the oh my god.
Hey yo, that's gonna be one for the ages.
Ooh, wait till that title. That title's gonna pull everybody in. Watch. It's gonna grab everybody. So prepare Morgan, cause I already have my title ready. But I'm not saying it because no one's gonna steal it from me. But boy, oh boy. Boy, y'all thought Spaces was wild. Prepare for the heavyweight at the Mandalay Bay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo. But hey, I want to talk to you guys real quick about what happened last week, right? Because it happened late last week. And it's about what's that quadruple A studio? The greatest studio ever assembled.
The Initiative?
Yeah, there you go. The Initiative. The greatest studio ever assembled. The world's mightiest heroes. The world's mightiest heroes. You know, they're going to fight the battles, you know, that we can't. by making quadruple A games that we never even heard of, at a quality that can't even be imagined. Come to find out, they need Crystal Dynamics, whose last 2 outings was Shadow Tomb Raider and the Avengers. Yo, what happened to quadruple A gaming? You know what I'm saying? Turn on my mic. Is anybody else having a problem with my mic?
We hear you. I hear you clear and clear.
How about the chat?
I can hear you.
Is it still low? I want to make sure, because somebody said turn on my mic. I want to make sure. I don't know if it's just him. Let's see. Let me make sure.
No, you can't trust these Android users.
I know, man. Some of these, you know.
Great.
Y'all on that cricket internet and shit, and y'all blaming me. I just want to make sure. Internet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else. I want to make sure everybody else can hear me. You know, see, everybody else says I'm good. Man, you better,
sounds good.
You better raise that volume, bro. It's low. Some people say it's low. Your mic is good. It's low. You're low compared to the other two. You were low as first. You're quiet, PR. Oh, snap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is my Tuesday. I've been talking all day at work voice.
All right. Turn it up a bit. Hold on. Maybe. Let me try something. Let me see. Let me look in the Discord. Before. But anyway, we'll start with Craig. What do you think about the quadruple A studio?
It's a bad look. I personally think that they could not. There's been so many comings and goings from the initiative, and people starting there don't like their desk, so they quit, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody work there for like 3 weeks and go back to Insomniac or something like that? I just think they did not have enough people to finish the game. Whatever they're working, I guess it's Perfect Dark. Yeah. I just don't. I don't think they had enough people to finish the game. So you go out and you get a developer that at least the Tomb Raider games they've been solid. I'm not here to say they're great. Those have been solid outings, and so maybe they can go ahead and turn it around. The Avengers game, I thought that was okay. I liked the story of it, but it was just like a smash up game. The characters were pretty much all fighting the same way. But at the end of the day, it's disappointing. It's a bad look. I know they tried to compare it and say, well, they're like Naughty Dog or somebody was using another studio, or I forgot which one it was, but it's a bad look, you know, and pretty much that's, you know, I hope it works out because I'm excited for Perfect Dark, but or Dark Perfect, whatever it's called. But yeah, it's a bad look. It's disappointing.
My man said Dark Perfect. Oh snap!
Oh, well, I mean, whatever it's called, Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. My man said Dark Perfect.
It's disappointing. I mean, this was supposed to be one of your major studios. So and they've already, you know, they fumbled the snap. You know, doesn't mean that they won't do something else. They can save it, but they fumbled this ball, and hopefully they can. It works out good. Hopefully it works good.
All right. Hey, Jay Breezy, what do you think about this? The greatest studio ever.
I think there's some false advertisement that been going on with the studio.
There's some fraudery, there's some fraudulation going on.
Definitely some fraudulent behavior going on. Like the end, what's disappointing, like this is not bad news, right? But what's disappointing to me is that you have this studio that you gave all this kudos to. Oh, they getting this developer every week. Oh, this developer is coming through. Then this developer coming through. Quadruple A. This is beyond triple A. And then the first game they try to put out, they can't even put out by themselves. Like, to me, that sounds crazy. I don't know what the hell is going on over there at Microsoft, man. Like, something that's not adding up with over there.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what's going on there, Mojo, but it's just been a lot of hearsay, BS crap than going on over there at Microsoft, man. Right. And it's annoying.
Yeah. Shout out to Game Over Brian. He said, "Hey guys, great show so far. Question for Bari. When upgrading goes to Tsushima for PS5, do trophies pop up automatically?" Yo, he's gonna come after you with that one forever, bro. What happened that he's going after you with that question?
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Oh, snap. Barry got shut down?
Oh.
Yo, Breezy, you got shut down? Oh, he raging in the background. Yo, Game Over Brian, what did you do? You got Barry raging. He just left.
Hopefully he ain't watching this bad show either. He may have dropped to a knee. He was so bad.
Like, I swear, he's like, yo, dead ass. If Game Over Brian ask me that question one more time, dead ass, one more time. Yo, you need to stop, Brian. He like, dead ass. Ask me that question one more time. I'm gonna come see you.
Oh, make it. What is it? Take a 6-hour trip.
Oh, you're gonna take a 6-hour trip.
6-hour trip.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Server error. He says 2 AA studios team up. So quadruple A, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like, yo, you know the funny part too, P-Rock?
See, I told
It's Microsoft, the ones that was putting that name on this studio. Yeah. They're the ones that claimed it was a quadruple A. This is not anybody else. This is their words. Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? And it's just disappointing that the fact that you are putting out your own game, your first game, and it's not Crystal Dynamics coming to help them. It's they're partnering with them.
So you know they're gonna have input. Yeah, they're gonna have input on what the game is and how it plays. They're gonna have input, and it's getting, considering they're maybe using the word senior developer is wrong, but they're the more experienced developer because they already worked as a team and they already released AAA games.
Let me ask you two this: with them co-developing, like Barry's saying, partnering, is there a chance this thing goes multi-plat?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Perfect Dark multi-plat? No, I don't think so.
Because Microsoft is still paying for it, so. You know,
okay.
It's still their IP. It's still their IP.
It's still their IP. Okay. Square Enix is not publishing it. I will say for the game itself, this is a good move because obviously if there's issues with the initiative, then obviously you gotta go. You can't be too prideful and say, nah, we're gonna finish this come hell or high water. If you realize things ain't going so well and you're able to get another studio to help you out, then for the game itself, that's the best decision. But now you have to ask yourself the longevity of the studio. Right? Because if this studio can't even get their first project out the door, and let's be honest, it's not like this project is brand new IP they thought of. It's a IP that's already been created, so like the backstory, the world.
Facts, P-Rock.
There's certain things that they don't have to start from scratch. They just have to evolve it and come up with new concepts, but pretty much the foundation's already set, right? This is not like they're creating a brand new IP from scratch. They're just bringing back an IP that people want back, and that's what they're doing it. But if they're already having trouble, then, what is the longevity of this studio? I would definitely say that the success of that studio hinges on the success of this game coming out in one way, form, or another. Game Over Brian, he says, hey, Rock, have questions for you. When upgrading FF7 Remake PS5, do trophies pop automatically? Now, I can answer that question. They do. Because I seen it. And that shit was gorgeous. When you pop in the game, it goes ding, bling, bling, bling. I'm like, oh, shit. That's what's up. Yo.
What does he mean, pop
in
a trophy?
I don't know. That's a joke. Jay Barry knows what's going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With Game Over Brian, that's just him. That's just him.
Okay.
He's just doing him.
But what started it? What?
So pretty much on Twitter, I think it was Star Wars, right? And it was also, Final Fantasy VII Remake, but it was Star Wars, and Persona posted like, oh, that was a quick platinum. And some guy came out and was like, yo, how could you platinum the game so quickly? And this is the PS5 update.
Oh, yeah.
And I came over here, it's like, damn, that's a dumbass question. Like, the PS5 update came out today. How you think he got the platinum? It transferred over. Yeah. So ever since that, Game Over Brian has been, because we kind of just spoke about it in our podcast, and ever since that, Game Over Brian has been every podcast. He's gonna super chat that. Like, that's Final Fantasy, just this game crossover.
That's funny. That's funny. Hold on,
well, Compo Smurf asked me. Hold on, he asked me how I got a PS5. How do I not know? Well, that's why I was asking for clarification. Oh. I'm like, what are you all talking about? What do you mean? So Jay Barr just told me, all right, cool, yeah. But I'm about to say, doesn't it not already do that? That's why I said that. So
yeah.
All right. He says, hold on, Moki says, he goes, P-Rock, ¿cómo está, hermano? Estoy en el trabajo y estoy aburrido. Pero llegaste perfectamente para escuchar. Habla de tu corazón. So what he's saying is, fuck your mothers. I don't know why he said that. It's pretty rude. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said,
yeah, I'm about to say, really? Hold on.
You know, because everybody thinks when you speak a different language, you're cursing them out and making fun of them. I know everybody's thinking, oh,
yo, yeah, cause I'm over here listening like, you know, like a kid at the library where you just pulling your hands, listening to the reader.
No. So now he says, hey, how you doing, brother? He's in his job and he's bored as shit. But, you know, we came on at a perfect time for him to listen. He says, hey, speak from the heart.
Yes, sir. Speak from the heart, bro.
All righty. There you go.
All right. So, damn. Good looking out. Moko. All right. Here we go. We're going down. Let's go down the list. Oh, we got Phil Collins. Quadruple A. Associate of Arts in Ass Aggregates. What? What? That is so random. Associate Arts in Ass Aggregates.
It's disappointing.
I didn't expect that one. Wait,
yeah.
Dapper G, he says, what's up, Puerto Rock and the gang? PlayStation fragrance in the UK. 1 million plus strong out here and growing.
Yes, sir.
30 a.m. over here. One love to you guys. Hey, Dapper G, I feel your pain. I lived in Europe for 2 years. Yo, it's like I always said, it's rough being a European gamer and trying to pay attention to news, shows, because it's U.S. centric time for most of it, unless it's Gamescom or something. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff is U.S. time based. You gotta be up to like 1 a.m. or some shit. Podcasts, you gotta be up at 2 a.m. And like, yo, you gotta be dedicated to this, man. Shout out to Dapper G. Just a guy. Glad to see you back, my Pegasus brother. Give these bots hell. Rip trash Xbox Series L. No exclusive irrelevant console confirmed. Oh, snap. And Viewmaster. Yo, P-Rock, who started Pegasus Nation? You or Optimus Code? So, I would say he started the nation as a movement. All I did was bring up the word as a joke, right? So to recap, the term Pegasus came from me. Just the term Pegasus as a joke. Because, you know, we were originally called ponies. Shout out to Zaire. He's the one that, you know, coined that term. But when news broke out that Gran Turismo Sport was now official, was now officiated as an Olympic event, I ran with it on a podcast one day saying that, you know, us ponies are now Olympians. You know, we're pantheons in the halls of Greece. So now, we're not even ponies. We're Pegasus because we ascended above all that, right? And that's all I did. And everybody, you know, just took that as a joke. Optimus, he took a hot line and he made it into a hot song. He made it into a hot album. You know what I'm saying? All I did was a little snippet. He clipped that, and now he has a whole album out of hits over this. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Optimus Code, because he took, you know, all I did was a little Bible quote. He made it into a religion. You know what I'm saying?
It's a worldwide movement now.
You know, he made it into a movement. And it's cool.
So Code definitely made it a movement.
He made it into a movement. Code made it into a movement, because there are dudes like, yo, what's up, my Pegasus brother? I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, people hitting up in DMs. He's like, yo, P-Rock, leader of the Pegasus. I'm like, what is these two talking about? I'm like, yo. And then Cole put me on. I'm like, oh, snap. He's like, dudes is down. You know what I'm saying? But I can't blame y'all. The reason why is because PlayStation's bringing the games.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be excited. At the end of the day, you bring the games, everybody's going to be excited. You know what I'm saying? And Code came.
So then you have the people that's taking it way too seriously. Oh, yeah. Like, they think it's like some type of cult.
Yo,
I've seen that. I haven't seen people put that out there. Was this some kind of cult?
Like, what the hell? You must sacrifice your firstborn boy.
You must drink the pony blood or Pegasus blood or something.
You must renounce your religion. You know, I don't know. It's just funny, but yo, so Code made it into a movement. Like I said, I had a hot line. My man turned into a hot song. He got #1 on the Billboard. All I did was a clip. So shout out to Cole. He should be on here soon. He's doing his thing. But that's just crazy. But hey, so let's talk about that real quick too. 1 million consoles in the UK, fastest all time for PlayStation.
Wow, congrats.
Beating out the PlayStation 4. Tell me that ain't crazy. And this is like, and this is like Sony still claiming they're behind in production. Like what? Like how much more? Whoa, that's crazy. Now my favorite damage control from, well, you know them. You know them. You know who I'm about to talk about. They'd be like, oh, but that's, don't forget the scalpers. And I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, scalpers are buying it, but they buying it because they're able to sell it to people and make money off it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, people ain't buying it because, they're waiting. So I'm thinking, so hold on then. So if the scalpers ain't selling it, why would they keep on buying it?
They moving it.
Am I bugging out? So wait, you telling me scalpers are going to keep buying PlayStation 5s that they can't sell because nobody wants to buy off the scalpers? So all the scalpers are buying the PlayStation 5s, but nobody's buying it from the scalpers. But the scalpers are going to keep buying them. And what, just leave them in their house?
Well, I think the most impressive thing is that, the PS4 did not have a pandemic, and this thing does. And it's still one of, if not, it may go down as the hardest electronic device to ever buy. I know it's crazier to get than the Cabbage Patch dolls back in the 80s when that craze was going on. But
really
this is
bro.
yeah, well, yeah, but that was, that was
right
nuts.
Right now, half the viewers are like,
well, yeah, let's go back. You all have information at your fingertips. You all don't know this. It's sad, but
like,
but nah, but electronic wise,
let me throw another curveball. Garbage Pail Kids. Ooh, yeah. Jay Barry, what you know about Garbage Pail Kids?
Oh, I don't know about the garbage one. I know about the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, look up Garbage Pail Kids. Everybody's thinking.
Is that the one with the sticker? It come with a sticker or something?
Yeah, you'll see. You just type it in Google. They even had a show.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I that was before my time, but Cabbage Patch was definitely I know about Cabbage Patch.
No, Garbage Pail Kids came after Cabbage Patch Kids, and they were the spoof. Of Cabbage Patch. They were the dirty version of Cabbage Patch Kids, like nasty.
Yeah,
they were like they were like the disgusting ones or something like that, right? Okay, I know what you're talking about. That I know what you're talking about.
Fucking shit. Yeah. Yo, they were nasty as hell. Shout out to Viewmaster. He says you got the Pegasus Nation out here in these gaming streets running around like the Black Panthers or the Proud Boys. Oh shit. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? We had to unite. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ponies is a last gen term. That's PS4. We ascended. You know what I'm saying? We got Mark Cerny redefined us, Oh, shit. So what do you think, AJ Barry? You think you're going to talk about the 1 million, the 1 milli?
Oh, absolutely, man. It's a bit, listen, like my whole stance to the whole PlayStation not having the stock and the demand. Yeah, the demand is super high, but they are still outperforming as far as production when it comes to getting these consoles into these stores or people's hands than the PlayStation 4. But the demand is just so much bigger. That's why it feel like it's so scarce when it comes to the PS5. But this is where I go against the whole, but people don't have a PlayStation 5, so they need to put these cross-generational games. Nah, that's a whole bunch of bullshit because there's more PlayStation 5s out now than PS4s at the same timeline. You know what I mean? There's no excuse where you need to keep doing these cross-generational games when this console is hitting a million. It's breaking records left and right.
And what's crazy is, like you say, if you feed it, like if you start saying, you know what, we're going to drop PS4 and make these PS5 exclusives, that just feeds the need for people to get them. And people will respond.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, still making games for PS4 gets people reserved. Like, some people are ready to move it, but you keeping them stuck behind because you're still providing the games. If you push it out, people be like, you know what, I'm moving on. People have no problem. It's been 7 years. Not even 8 years, right? 8 years. Because the PlayStation 4 came out in 2013. So it's 8 years. We're ready to move on. People are ready to move on.
Yeah.
PlayStation not ready.
Who? You said PlayStation not ready?
They not ready to move on, bro. That thing.
You know what? I think
we gotta uphold 120 something million.
I think I think the people who are saying, "Oh, you still need to make it to PS4," I think those are just people who like to talk on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about? Like people who like argue with like scientists on Twitter about building a spaceship as if they know what the fuck they're talking about, but they just got to get involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like they're talking on behalf of a community that's like, yo, like, oh no, people ain't ready to move on. You gotta think of the 120 million. Yet the 120 million is like, yo, I can't wait to get my PS5, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like they're speaking on behalf of people that
Oh, they saying my mic too loud, P Rock.
I don't know, is it? Let me see. So let me adjust.
I'm away from my mic too. Damn, I'm just a loud dude.
That's it.
Yeah, he sounds good to me, but it's everybody's different, I guess. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, as far as the cross thing, they said they were going to be supporting a PS4, like what for at least another 2 years. So, but so that's already in the ethos. I guess you can make the argument that the thing is flying off the shelf, and it's I think again it's amazing they've been able to get this many out. I mean, they had that big drop. Was it Thursday or Friday? And they had all those people lined up across the country. Yeah. They weren't just at one Best Buy or one Target or wherever they were at. They were lined up all across America, still trying to buy one. So that's and I think the gentleman from Insomniac Games, James Stevenson, said the fact that it went on pre-order last year, at this time last year or something like that. I'm paraphrasing what he said, and there's still people lining up like this a year later. That's strength in that brand. So congratulations to Sony and the people that are supporting it and they're enjoying it. So shout out to them.
Yeah, my thing is it's not the fact that you're going to support the PS4. It is a big install base that's still there that's playing it. My thing is that first party is kind of strange that they are still creating these games for the PlayStation 4 when your strategy wasn't that, and it worked perfectly well for the PS4. You know what I mean? Like the PS4 first party wasn't creating cross-generational games. They were creating only PlayStation 4 games. But now with the PS5, it's just and the PS5 had more demand than the PS4. So it's just kind of weird strategy.
It's kind of because it's not like they haven't done it before, right? It's not like it's a new concept. It's just. I understand. See, so Miles Morales is a perfect example, right? To this day, the game is still selling month after month after month, and that's something not even the original Spider-Man did. Like it was at MPD for like the first 2-3 months, and then it just dropped off, right? And then
Miles. A lot of people don't know that story, and so I thought that was a cool way to introduce him for Insomniac.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. And it was a bigger game than I thought it would be. I like that character they put in there, the young lady, the deaf girl. I thought that was amazing. The people that thought about that have that type of level of inclusiveness. So, but yeah, you're right. It seems like PS5 comes out, gets a drop. People go out and get them, and one of the first games they're obviously getting is the Miles Morales game.
Which is,
based on kind of the way it collates.
Yeah, exactly. So it's clear that Miles Morales' continued sales success month after month is tied to the console, which shows even though it's available on the PlayStation 4, people are opting to play it on the PlayStation 5 for the extra benefits that it provides because they want to play the game at its best, right? So I don't know how Sony didn't use that as an indicator for the rest of their games. Like, for example, them moving Gran Turismo from a PS5 only game to now a PS4 and PS5 game. That's pretty weird.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a console seller. That's going to get people to migrate over to PS5, and people are doing that anyway. You know what I mean? People are doing that anyway because it's outpacing the PS4. So
yeah.
So it's interesting, right? So it's like all about I know they're using this term. You're locking games behind a $500 paywall, right? Because you have to buy the console to play it, right? But here's the thing. If you want technology to push forward, right, then you got to leave the old stuff behind. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, these dudes spent the whole year talking about goddamn 12 T-flops. Right? RDNA 2 and ray tracing and 120 frames per second and blah, blah, blah. But now they're like, oh, but you got to worry about little Timmy. Well, fuck little Timmy. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is you can't have it both ways. Do you want the industry to push forward? Listen, we had the PS4 and these old last-gen consoles now running 8 years. 8 goddamn years. It's 2021, bro. 8 years. And that's just when it got released. The actual hardware, in all intents and purposes, is 9 years. Because they're using 2012 components to build 2013 consoles. So this stuff is old as hell. Like, why are we worrying about this stuff, right? You know, half the dudes that bought their PlayStation 4s over the last 2 years, they're worried about the backlog, not the new stuff. Like, if you bought your PlayStation in 2019 expecting new stuff, bruh, no. You ain't buy a PS4 for the first time in 2019 for new stuff. You bought it so you could catch up to all, like, to the 6-7 years of content that was released. And you're going to get it at a cheap price because by that point, most of the games are like $10, $15, you know? You're not paying $60 for Infamous Second Son. You're paying like $5. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the advantage of buying a PlayStation 2019. You know? Who the hell buys a PlayStation 4 in 2019 and then get mad that the support is stopped? Bruh, you're like 6 years too late, man. The benefit of getting a PS4 in 2019, even 2020, is the backlog of games you could get for like $5, $10, $3, free games. That's the whole point. Not to say, oh, PlayStation not supporting me. Well, bro, where were you? What were you playing for 6 years? You on your PS3 still? The hell? You know what I'm saying? All right, let me see.
You're dealing with, you know, the entitlement word at that point. But yeah, I understand what I see it. I see both ways. You know, they want to support. I did see somebody in the chat say that God of War may be the last cross-platform, cross-generation. You know, however you want to cross-platforming game. And they're right. It could be. Gran Turismo is yeah. I mean, with that being part of FIA and now like Puerto Rock, you saying it's part of the Olympics. It probably they want to spread the love.
Yeah, we Olympians. We're Olympians.
Yeah, and I understand what people are saying because there are games that are just on PS5, like Ratchet and Clank or Eternal. I think Demon Souls. So you do need a PS5 to play those games. So and if you want the 60 mode for The Last of Us Part 2 or
and Spider-Man 2 most likely is PS5 only.
Yeah,
Wolverine. KOTOR.
KOTOR we'll have to wait and see because
it's not on PS4. But it's not on PS4.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it does say it's built ground up for PS5. Yeah, you're right. Good point. Yeah, good point. So, but yeah, the mere fact that it's not a first party game, I'll go with that. Yeah, because it did say when they advertised it built ground up.
Now, obviously it's going to PC, whether it goes to Xbox or not. I'm gonna be honest. Whether it goes to Xbox or not, I don't really care, because I'm just happy that it's actually happening.
Yes.
Right. I'm actually just happy that it exists and that I know it's gonna be on PS5. You know, and Sony, and out of all the people who pushed the effort to make it happen, it was them. That's crazy. Yeah. But whether it goes to Xbox or not, I don't really care. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm just happy that the project exists, it's happening, and gamers get to play it. Whether it goes to Xbox or not, that's their problem. They got they chose their bed. They got to lie in it, right? Shout out to Harry Johnson. He says, "What's up, P-Rock? I see you lost your tan, bro. You have no idea, man. My whole summer was taken away from me. No beach. Can't see California honeys."
Hey.
It's hilarious. So yeah, I felt as a Star Wars fan when Sony announced that game, I actually felt bad for other people that have Xboxes. I'm like, damn, that's a smack in the face. Because when I bought my first Xbox, the original Xbox, that's the first game I bought. That's the very first game I bought was Knights of the Old Republic.
On the OG Xbox?
Yeah, the OG.
You know what's funny? You know, there's a lot of Xbox dudes that can't relate to that because they didn't even have the OG Xbox. Only a few. Only the chosen few could relate. Because it was amazing, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, and that Star Wars game to this day, amongst Star Wars
it's
fans,
one of the better. It's one of the best Star Wars games. Period.
Yeah. Bottom line, great story. Dug into a whole lot of lore and legends and stuff like that. Just I'm like, damn, they went here. They go to core, man. Go to
great RPG. It was great.
Yeah.
SS9. He said the bots are scared of God of War, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. Halo dead equals Xbox dead. Oh, this guy's ruthless, bro. SS9 just killing them.
Let me say this: the whole thing with Wolverine was that and I understood what people were saying to some point. Hey, everybody likes Wolverine. This isn't fair. And I'm like, you know what? It's not fair, but life doesn't owe you understanding. So no, it doesn't or me or anybody else. So at the end of the day, you got to get over it. I understand what they're saying because everybody likes Wolverine. I got that. But the Marvel Games is in business to make money, and they see that there's 20 million, 22 million Spider-Man games have been sold. So it's very easy for Sony to march in there with Insomniac and say, hey, can we pitch you this idea? But Microsoft did it with Disney. With they got Captain Jack Sparrow for CFD.
Oh, my God. Ain't nobody
my point is that they're in business.
I'm going to say this.
I'm trying to make it easier. Okay? So for them to say that they can't do the business, that's wrong. They did business with Disney. They went with Captain Jack Sparrow. That's the truth.
All right, Isaiah, so I'm going to use that as a segue into the main topic, right? So Colin Moriarty on his Sacred Symbol podcast, there was a segment where they discussed Microsoft's strategy of just acquisitions and the rumor of them taking Take-Two EA. And they just came out, and I'm going to paraphrase, but pretty much they said that the idea of Microsoft buying Take-Two is terrible. It's definitely not something majority of gamers want, or the type of strategy that the gamers expect from Microsoft at that point, right? They talked to about how they feel the first-party studios just mishandling stuff. They mentioned things like Scalebound cancellation, Everwild. They don't even know. Rare doesn't even know what that game is. How they handled Halo Infinite. Where's Ninja Theory with their games? Where's Compulsion Games?
Grounded.
Grounded. So many. There's just a lot of bad things happening. Sure, Microsoft has the announcements, but when it comes to execution so far, things have been. What's the other game that multiplayer game that failed? From Ninja Theory. What was that stupid game?
Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge. It's just a lot of stuff that's just not good. Whatever. So
yeah, I feel like when it comes to Microsoft and their purchases, they're just doing it just to meet a status quo. Yeah. Like I agree with the statement that when it comes to like culture, like the purchases that PlayStation do, it makes sense that fit within the PlayStation's culture, like these single player, high value, production type games. You might have a little multiplayer implemented here and there, but it fits that mold of what PlayStation is trying to deliver as far as what they're defined for doing. But with Microsoft, like he brought up he brought up Ninja Theory and he brought up Double Fine.
They even asked, why did they buy him? Like, why did they buy Ninja Theory?
Why did they buy it? It doesn't really fit the culture, what I mean, of what Microsoft is trying to deliver with these service-based, stay in Game Pass. You see what they're doing with Halo Infinite. That's their culture. That's what they want to put out now. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of weird. They're just trying to hit a status quo. We're trying to go for more quantity rather than quality, and that's just what Microsoft is now.
Okay.
Facts. That's what they've always been, though. Yeah. Go back to Bill Gates. Everybody knew Apple stuff was better. Steve Jobs knew Apple stuff was better, and Bill Gates said, "So what? We got more."
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that is a true argument that they got into. It had to be like separated. So and they've always done because having the quality does allow you to control marketplaces.
Yeah,
because you undercut everybody. Look at the 360. They didn't care that the 360 was had a fail rate of over 38%. It was about, we got to get something on market that that we can't have Sony out there just running around unchallenged. I mean, I think Peter Moore said something to that effect. Microsoft's never been about quality. I mean, they ship their stuff. That's why people are afraid to update to, what is it, Windows 11 or whatever it is they're doing. People are like, yeah, don't do it. So, it's unfortunate that things are like this. So,
okay.
But,
so we'll say, shout out to Sean. He said, stupid question. Tim Schafer said they needed the money. Now, Tim Schafer is with Bethesda, right? I think that's what he's talking about. Am I off?
No, Tim Schafer is Double Fine.
Oh, it's Double Fine? So, okay. Also, Double Fine. Okay. So, I will say this. As far as acquisition, right? To precept this, and I'll say this. I'll use Sony, for example, so that way people understand. I think we talked about this before on the podcast a while back about how I don't agree about... he says, I don't care about culture. This ain't sports. Oh, shit, Showad. Well, you should care about culture because culture is what breeds creativity and great games. You know what I'm saying?
You got a good coach.
Yeah, David Jaffe even explained how a culture within the studio group ends up being able to create great games. A studio that does not have an identity or culture, they don't tend to make great games. It's hard to just put people together and then boom, they're going to make a great game. He says, an overall identity, culture, a shared vision, that's all part of the creative process and that studio developing, being a top tier studio to develop a quality game, right?
And we're seeing the fruits of that.
Yeah.
When it comes to Exo.
A while back when, the conversation of acquisition was high and heavy and people, I guess, was talking about PlayStation buying Square Enix, I said personally, it doesn't make sense. I didn't advocate or the thought of Sony buying Square Enix or, acquiring Square Enix as part of the first party studio. I didn't see that as something that was great. The only reason that I could say, okay, I get that I thought was maybe valid was a lot of gamers were afraid Microsoft would buy out Square Enix and thus now the games don't go on PlayStation. So that view, okay, I buy that for $1. But just to buy Square Enix, I don't see no value in that because at the end of the day, we get the games anyway, and it's not like Square Enix is in trouble where they're about to close down studios and stuff like that. So I saw no benefit for the gamer on PlayStation to see Sony buy Square Enix other than the fear of Microsoft doing it. But other than that fear, there's no benefit because we got the games anyway. I was more advocating on Konami, and people were like, oh, but Konami don't make games. I'm like, but that's the point. We're not getting games from Konami. We're not getting a Metal Gear. Castlevania is asleep, so Dracula's still in his coffin. There's no new Contra. You see what I'm saying? So Sony buying Konami can get all these IPs that they own, and they could reinvigorate and do something new, and we end up getting more games. You know what I'm saying? Like Sony buying Housemarque, that makes sense. Because now Housemarque can build these bigger games, kind of like Returnal. So we are getting bigger games from that decision purchase. Does that make sense? And look at Insomniac. Insomniac definitely benefited from being purchased from Sony because they got unlimited funding, and you see what they're doing with it. They're producing more games now than ever. That's what I see as a benefit. You know what I'm saying? I see that, But Sony, let's say Sony buys Take-Two and EA. No. Because we're already getting Grand Theft Auto. And we're already getting Madden. And we're already getting 2K Basketball. So what do we gain out of it other than talking shit to Xbox gamers saying, I don't care about talking trash about what games other people can play. That doesn't mean anything to me. When I talk trash about Xbox, it's simply because of the lack of creativity and quality that Microsoft has. You understand what I'm saying? I want Microsoft to just be a better publisher and their studios to be better top tier studios. That's really it. You understand what I'm saying? Now I get the Bethesda purchase because I think they really needed it, but then also, as the article came out, some of the studios were in danger of being closed down anyway. So Microsoft buying them kept some of those studios alive because some of those projects wasn't as successful to keep them up. So I could say that's a good thing because if Microsoft didn't buy Bethesda would have a lot less studios. Or maybe not, I ain't gonna say a lot less, but there's a few studios that would have went away. I don't know which ones, but listening to podcasts and all that, some studios were in trouble of... if I were to pick one, I would imagine the studio that makes Evil Within and the studio that makes Prey. Because those two games weren't financially successful or they didn't hit great sales mark. Even though Evil Within is a good game, I beat 1 and 2, but I don't think it's sold incommensurate to the budget. So I think those two devs probably would have been in trouble. But Microsoft buying out Bethesda, they're all okay now. So that's cool. We get more games. You know what I'm saying? Gaming, they still create games and stuff like that. But buying Take-Two, EA, Ubisoft, that doesn't mean anything because you're not going to gain anything from that. The only thing you get is just bragging rights. But I'm not here to say, haha, Xbox, you can't get Ghost Recon no more. I don't give a damn about that. I don't care if you don't get, that's not what I want. I want creativity. You understand what I'm saying? I know people use Wolverine as an example, but that's not the same because nobody was really making Wolverine games. And then the few that were made, they were movie knockoffs and nobody really played it. So that's not good for the culture. Sony out here is going to take that IP and make it big. You know what I'm saying? Big to where it could sell 10, 20 million. Take Spider-Man, for example. Everybody says, Sony took Spider-Man from the rest of us. From who? The last Spider-Man that was made before Sony took it over only sold a little over 1 million copies. And that version was on PS4, Xbox One, PC, PS3, and 360. It was on 5 or 6 platforms. And it barely sold 1 million. Ain't nobody was buying Spider-Man games like that. There was only a few that may even have cracked 4 million at most. And that's only a few and far between. The majority were million sellers or 1,000 sellers. They were really 1,000 selling titles. They were not 10 million big blockbuster titles. No one was really buying Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a very niche in terms of game. Because Activision wasn't giving it its proper due. It was never a mainstream title for Activision. It was never a big blockbuster event for them. So when they say you took Spider-Man away from us, from who? The last Spider-Man before Insomniac took it over, sold only a little over 1 million. Insomniac took it over, it sold 20 million. In fact, I will say more people played this Spider-Man that's on PS4 than any other Spider-Man ever made on any other console to include the multiplats. Even the ones on PS2, Xbox, OG Xbox, name any Spider-Man that's multiplat. None of them total 20 million. Combined across every platform that was on. In fact, none of them even reached 10 million. So technically speaking, this Spider-Man was played by more people. More people got to play this Spider-Man. More people beat this Spider-Man than any Spider-Man game before it, even though it's only exclusive to PS4. 20 million people bought this game. Because it's all about the quality. A lot of people don't understand. Majority of the people ain't fanboys over platforms. If you got a banging game, they're going to find a way to get and play that game. That's just the reality. Sometimes we look at the Twitter and YouTube and we think that that's just how it is. No, there's no loyalty in this. You got a banging game, people are going to go out and play that banging game. Most of the people crying, oh, I'm not going to get a PlayStation. You weren't going to get a PlayStation no matter what. You weren't going to do nothing, right? It's just whatever.
Yeah, I agree with the whole Take-Two thing. I mean, they've got over $3 billion of cash on hand. That's just their cash. So, I mean, I can't imagine what it would cost to get them. I mean, the asking price, they could ask for 3 times that. I mean, that's their cash on hand. So I think their total is over $17 billion. Mm-hmm. So, again, I'm not here to say it won't ever happen. I'm just saying, hey, that's a lot of, and it's increased. Hmm. So I get it. And I don't know if you all noticed it. Maybe the chat noticed it. As soon as that Sony show that had so much momentum, then all of a sudden the talking started about Microsoft and acquisition.
Yeah, out of blue.
It's out of the blue. Yeah, it did. So it was their way of trying to rain on Sony's parade.
Yeah, everybody was receiving emails. Oh man, I received this email. There's some great stuff coming. Woo! You're a YouTuber. A corporation ain't sending you no goddamn email if you don't shut up. You know what I'm saying? Gleason, he said, ask Blizzard about culture. Ooh. Ouch. Good point.
Culture to cultivate the,
you know what I'm saying?
You got to have the right atmosphere to cultivate the plants.
Well, Blizzard doing a lot of weird stuff. So shout out to the chat. Man, we got over 300 viewers, man. If you can hit the like button, get this up to 200, truly appreciate it. At the end of the day, it's like this. Microsoft or Sony, I'm not down. Like if Sony bought 2K, I actually would not be happy. I would not be excited. I would kind of be like, yo, you spent billions buying 2K. Why didn't you just spend a fraction of that money into the studios you already did have and just make them bigger? Make more teams or something. Like, I'm not interested in saying 2K and Grand Theft Auto is exclusive to PlayStation. It doesn't really do anything for me. You understand what I'm saying? It's like it just doesn't. I'd rather see money invested to be able to create more games or get studios that could potentially, like, what's her name? She has a new studio. Jade Raymond. And their first projects with PlayStation. If Sony announced that they purchased and now she's officially first party, I'll be cool with that. Because that's creating more games. And Sony's out there investing in new creation, in new IPs, and new talent, in new studios to bring more games into gaming. I get that. Nurture the culture, support, and provide that financial backing. I'm cool with that. But buying 2K or buying Square Enix or buying Capcom, or even buying From Software, just buying people that are already making games and have no issues making games and already have the financial support to make games, just leave them alone and let them do what they always do.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to support them.
Yeah.
When the stuff comes out. But I don't.
Well, as long as it's good. Like, that term. I know we like to use the term support. I personally don't like to use the term support these devs. I just simply say if they make a good product and you like the game, buy it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I use that, right? But if you make a shitty game, I'm gonna be like, bro, you on your own on that one. Like,
I think that the term support comes from, like, it's a studio that you pretty much like because of the track record that they built with the games that they have. So,
but
like, it's like no different to me. Like, say,
make no stand. If Naughty Dog's next game is a racing game, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, but they built that trust with you.
No, I'm skipping. It's a skip. I'm skipping that shit. Nah, son, I ain't buying no racing game. They out their mind. If Naughty Dog makes, Death Race, I mean, granted, it's action-packed, but it's running, killing, blowing up shit, I'll be like, nah, skip. I'm gonna be like, skip.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, that's where support comes with, because
I'll be like,
the fact that they build a proper rapport with me, like, okay, I'm gonna get that racing game. That's what I think when it comes to devs.
That's cool, man. You got it. I'm gonna be like, nah. I'll be like, nah, dog. That shit better. Like, I won't even download it if it was PS Plus. I'm gonna be like, you're not even taking my SSD space. Hell nah. You could tell I don't like racing games. Just Naughty Dog don't make no goddamn racing game. Just Naughty Dog makes a kart racer. Oh my god. Oh, that would be
brought it into existence now.
That would be the worst thing ever. Oh my god. Oh, Naughty Dog kart racing. Oh, you see all the characters from Naughty Dog games? Oh my god, that would be terrible. Hey, we told y'all we got a new multiplayer mode. Here it is. Naughty Dog kart racing. Uncarded. Oh my god. Oh, that is terrible. Oh my god.
I'm copying that.
That's yo, you need to trademark that term. Uncarded. Oh my god. He said I'm copying that. That is so terrible. I will buy the physical edition and not even unwrap it. Oh man, my man said uncarded. Hey yo.
Pretty funny.
Oh,
I will say this. Let me go back to Wolverine.
Developers is like a dumb thing. Like, if you enjoy a developer and what they create, support what they do.
Yeah, but you gotta still, but you gotta still, you still gotta like the genre. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. At the end of the day, like I don't like racing games, right? I can't tolerate it. So it doesn't matter what developer makes it. It's just not something I don't. It's just I don't enjoy that genre. So like if a developer makes a game, right? And let's say it's even great. Let's say it sells 20 million. I personally won't buy it because it's not something I enjoy. I can't mess with it. And I'm not just going to throw my money just to throw my money in, you know, because I still look at everything as entertainment value. I'm paying to be entertained, ultimately, right? And as long as you entertain me, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to buy the product and stuff like that. I'm not going to do no weird stuff like, you know, buy used or whatever. I'm going to buy the product and you get your just dessert. But like a racing game, I ain't messing like that. Like I ain't buying Gran Turismo 7 or 25th anniversary or whatever. A lot of people are excited and people DM me, are you banning it? I'm like, hell nah. Have you not been watching my podcast? Hell nah. You know, there's even people, yo, we gifted to you. I'm like, bro, take that $70 and give it to charity. Because I'm not even going to install the game. It's not even going to be installed. Like, I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still got to get the enjoyment out of the product and stuff like that. We gonna be posting up mad screenshot and gameplay. It's all right. P-Rock. It's all right. Tag him in every Gran Turismo 7 screenshot. No, I already have the term Gran Turismo muted forever. It's forever muted. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my man Harry Johnson says P-Rock is about to get kicked out of the Pegasus Nation. If y'all been following me for a minute, you would know. Yeah, P-Rock don't like racing games, dog. You know, it better be the Batmobile in that motherfucker. For me to ever since I met you, you've been slandering. I've been slandering, and it's like anybody could get it. Nintendo, PlayStation. He's like, it don't matter. So it's not like I only make fun of Forza. No, everybody could get that. I just don't like racing games. I think it's bad gameplay. Viewmaster, he says, speaking of racing games, that Cruise Blast makes me want to get a Nintendo Switch, and I'm not even a Nintendo guy. It looks fire though. Cruise Blast, is that a racing game? Anybody knows what you're talking about? I gotta look at it. No. I'm gonna get me a Switch.
That new Hot Wheels game coming out though, that looked kind of fire.
It's on Switch.
I think it's gonna be on everything. Oh, okay. I think it's on. I know it's on PS5 and Xbox. I don't know if there's gonna be a Switch port. So,
you know.
So yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll go ahead, J Bar. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Which game? I don't know the game you're talking about. Viewmaster, what?
Yeah, so no, Viewmaster, that's the supporter. He said Cruise Blast. Speaking of racing games, that Cruise Blast makes me want to get a Nintendo Switch, and I'm not even a Nintendo guy. It looks fire though. So you heard of that game, Cruise Blast?
Nah, I never.
We're gonna look. I'm gonna look it up, Viewmaster.
From the Nintendo Direct game though, I like the that Chocobo joint. I'm gonna get that for sure.
What Chocobo joint?
Pretty much like a Final Fantasy, like Chocobo Racer, like a Mario Kart kind of
But let me ask you this something. All those games are $60. And they
I don't know. I gotta look at the price.
And they want to complain about PlayStation games being $70. When I saw the Kirby one, I'm like,
yeah, the Kirby 60. Like
that shit is $60. Even and it's gonna stay Metroid 60 Dread. For like 5 years, bro. That shit's gonna stay $60 for like 5 years.
Yo, even Metroid Dread, right? I pre-ordered the game because I love Metroid. But even when I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, they really charge $60 for this joint. Like, this joint is easily like a $30, $40.
Yo, and nobody says nothing, man. Yo,
Ratchet and Clank, they were like $70. Yo, that's crazy.
This shit is crazy, man. Nintendo, man. You can't say nothing to them. I don't know how they get away with it. Maybe it's because people realize Nintendo don't give a damn. If you criticize them, they're just gonna do what they do anyway. I don't know, man. But when I saw Kirby, I'm like, yo, that thing is $60. And oh my god,
no pants on. Yo, Kirby still ain't got no pants on.
It's it.
To be honest, I don't think no Nintendo game should be.
No, it should be no more than 50, 45 or something. Lucent's,
but
Lucent's 2. $10 super chat. Do you guys think that Xbox has made their money back with Game Pass after all the studios they acquired? No. Game Pass is still not profitable. They're still in the working phase
to build it up. Said that.
Yeah. Everybody said that. Yeah. Game Pass. What's his name? Ahmed. What he goes by? Zuhi. They estimate, and a couple of other people estimate, that for Game Pass to break profitability, it needs about 50 million subscribers. And at that point, now you're talking Game Pass being a profitable service. And stuff. So
that's why they're negotiating with everybody that makes television sets so that they can put a Game Pass app on them. And that's not me slamming them. I mean, I said they were going to have to do this, and people, you got to remember that they were talking to Samsung and Hisense and LG, and yes, Sony. You have to remember Sony makes television sets and Blu-ray players,
and they're trash.
Yeah, and they have an Xperia phone. I mean, they have a phone. I think they still make that. They could put that stuff on. So doesn't mean they'll do it. It just means that it's something that it's a Trojan horse kind of way that they could put something out, put Game Pass on stuff. LG, all that stuff. So that's the way Netflix became successful, was because the app was able to go on all smart TVs, and everybody had access to it. You could download it for free.
Yeah,
got it. What was it, free for like 30 days or something like that? So, so that's the same thing that they're trying to do. So we have to wait and see if they're successful.
So I know they use Game Pass, being called the Netflix of gaming, or that's the attempt to be. There's a lot of hurdles that Microsoft, or even anybody that tries to do streaming, or this type of service, that Netflix didn't have as a hurdle. Number one, Netflix really didn't have competition when it started.
Sure.
It was on its own as direct, stuff like that. Number two, they didn't impose a limit on themselves, right? Game Pass has a limit of around 400 games because it has to balance the budget of how many games could be on the library in terms of, how many games they could support, right? Well, Netflix didn't really have that. Anybody who's willing to put content on Netflix, Netflix would just put it on and people have access to it, right? Whatever it's a TV show, whatever publisher of shows and movies was willing to put it on Netflix, Netflix would get it, right? So there was really no limitation, right? But the big thing, I think, is gaming. I would say the fans of gaming hold gaming to a higher standard than people who watch TV shows and movies, if you know what I mean, right? Like, the gaming community will destroy a game if, let's say, like, you got a game, in the environment's forest, and the character walks through the forest, and none of the trees interact or react. It's almost like you're walking through it. A game will get destroyed for shit like that. You guys know what I mean? A game will get destroyed for the lack of attention to detail and stuff like that. I know one of Hard 8's big pet peeves was characters getting wet after they go through water. Oh, that man has a pet peeve with that. That shit annoys the hell out of him when he puts a character through like a pool or a lake and they come out dry. He always points that shit out. He's like, man, these guys aren't wet. He's like, this game is trash. You understand what I'm saying? That's the standard we hold to gaming, because those little details to us is what helps with the immersion of the game, right? And the attention to detail. But a lot of people don't really do that for movies and shows. For some people, they just watch the show, they watch a movie, they watch a movie, and that's it. While gamers will critique, I mean, you probably see it now with Halo. Everybody's doing floor textures. They're just looking at, sewer caps and whatever. But that's normal. We zoom in and look at Alloy's freckles. We really dissect games. Like, us gaming fans, we really put gaming through the ringer with attention to detail.
Yeah, it's funny you said that too, P-Rob, because a lot of people is like bashing people for taking the pictures, but I never really bash people like that, because I look for those details as well. Like, you know what I mean? I look at that stuff, and I do the screenshots and all that stuff as well when I play.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't go after the guys doing Halo Infinite, because we do it for our stuff too, and we appreciate it. And if it's good, it's good, right? Like I said, there was one picture somebody zoomed in to Alloy's face on the PS5, and you see like the light hairs that comes out of the skin. I'm like, oh shit, that shit is crazy. They really went. You know what I'm talking about? Like the really light, like if you zoom in a person's skin, there's like a little light hair protruding, like fuzzy. It was crazy. But that's what we look at.
PlayStation just put out a blog post talking about the detail that they put into, Forbidden West. So all the people bashing about Halo and their detail about the multiplayer. Now you're reading this blog article, but they doing the same.
I don't think
that quality of work.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I didn't go after the Xbox guys for doing that, because we do it too. And I think if and to be honest, the images don't look good from what they're screenshotting, which is what we demanded when we saw the trash showing last year. Like, these graphics sucks. So we do see huge improvement compared to the Halo Infinite reveal last year. Viewmaster 617, he says it's like a Fast and Furious arcade racer. Is Don Toretto in there? Because it's all about family.
Never turn your back on family, man.
Yeah, never turn your back. It's all about family. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so let me see if I'm trying to get code into the next topic, but we might start it. Let's see. So we're gonna start the next topic. Code is probably taking a nap. All right. So the next topic, Peach Fuzz. There you go. Shout out to Salty.
Is Ensure.
That's it, man. What up? What's up, Saltiest? All right. So the last topic is this. So, I tweeted out a clip. A lot of people are, but from a particular Xbox podcast, and I'm gonna just play it so y'all guys can hear it. I just want y'all to hear it. I don't know. To be honest, I'm kind of nervous because if I play it, then I could get flagged.
Well, no, you just have to say fair use. Fair use.
No, but what I mean is because the terms that they use. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to get flagged.
It's safer for Twitter than YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. And then YouTube goes through algorithm, and then I get in trouble for it now. So pretty much, a particular Xbox podcast mentioned. Let's just say their distaste for the Japanese, because they are blaming the Japanese for the attempted demise of American gaming, as they put it. I'm paraphrasing. So they hate the Japanese because they think that culture is interfering with the American culture of gaming. And as you can tell, they're Xbox gamers, right? Here's my question, right? But before that, Lucens, he says, so how long until Microsoft gives up no Xbox? I would hate for all their IPs to disappear. They're not going to give up on Xbox. Not totally. They're not going to give up. I think their strategy will be fine. It's just not going to be the product that... we're just going to have to adapt to how they do, right? But I don't think they're going to give them up. It would have to be a disaster. In fact, I think their money revenue's up. I think they made $15 billion year over year. So their money is going up overall. So the strategy is working. It's just, yeah. But on to the topic. The thing about that podcast is, how do they feel so comfortable speaking like that? Like, you literally went on air and you said you hate a group of people, like live on air in a gaming podcast. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just weird. And it's probably because their favorite brand, Xbox, in their eyes, for one reason or another, didn't get the vast Japanese support like PlayStation does. But instead of, in my opinion, looking at the conversation intelligently and saying that, one, Xbox is not a big worldwide brand, it just isn't. Even in Europe, right? They should recognize that Xbox is more of a... No, not RDX. RDX did not say that. Not them, no. So don't spread that. RDX did not do that. So it is not them. And it's not Xbox 2 podcast. You just go on my Twitter timeline and you'll see exactly who it is. But it's not
podcast
RDX.
Is called Exile Podcast.
Exile. I think Exile. There you go. Exile Podcast. That's what they are. But it's not RDX. So no, it is not them. And it's not Cole. It's not none of them. But you got this podcast. They're trying to represent a brand, right? And this is what they do. Like, why is this even a conversation for that? And I see it on Twitter too. Sometimes I seen dudes make fun of Arab dudes, which is weird. But like, why are they trying to make this so personal over something that's an inanimate object? You know what I mean?
Code. I mean, I call you Code. Yo, P-Rock. We've been asking that question since 2013, 2014, bro. I don't have the answer, Sway. I don't have the answer. I don't know, man. Like, people call me PlayStation fanboy and whatever they want to call me. I be second guessing that, man, when I be listening to these dudes. Like, if I'm a fanboy or a corporate slave, what the hell are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Yo, these dudes is crazy. The thing is with E-Rock, the way he so freely, he freely says the things that he says because he's been saying stuff like this for years. There's a reason why his podcast is called Exile Podcast, because a lot of people in the Xbox community, like the Kid Smooths and the bigger prominent
they
dudes,
shunned him.
The dealers, they don't rock with him. So he created this thing where, they don't rock with me because I'm a small YouTuber. No, they don't rock with you because you say crazy shit.
You reckless.
You're just reckless. So now he just create this Exile Podcast where he just go off the cuff and say whatever the hell he want to say in his bubble. You know what I mean? Because I was in Code Spaces. I also went into the Xbox gamers that got offended by Code Spaces.
Oh, I saw that.
They kicked me out. They kicked me out the Spaces, P-Rock. You know what I mean? And I was being cool. I was being calm. I was talking to these dudes. These dudes were telling me I'm being disrespectful, but I wasn't. The VOD is coming soon. Trust.
Oh, I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Yeah,
it's coming soon. But the thing is, like, he's just so used to saying those things because nobody really addresses him. Nobody really say, yo, you need to relax, bro. You know what I mean? He just can say whatever the hell he wants to say. And he's more worried about Xbox looking bad per se. It's like, anything to make Xbox look bad, I got to defend against it. So he will go to the extreme and talk about Japan as a country is making Xbox look bad. No, Xbox is not going after Japan like that. You know what I mean? And they're not selling. Most people is not going to go off of, just willy-nilly, like, we're going to put a game on your platform that's not selling. They want to see those numbers. They want to see, like, how much consoles you got. What's the potential sale I can get by putting my game on your platform? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Xbox not delivering that stuff. So, you're not going to see those type of games on Xbox per se because some people don't want to waste their goddamn time, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not going to waste their time to put their game on this platform that nobody's going to buy. You see the sale numbers, Craig, P-Rock, every week. Mm-hmm. 90% PlayStation buying this, 80%. It's not being bought on the Xbox side. So people the issue with the Xbox gamers, like people like E-Rock and stuff, they try to just shove all the issues that Xbox has without addressing them, just put them under the rug and just like, you know what? I'm going to target something else. This is the reason why Xbox can't do this or this or that. Like, come on, bro. Like, you just going, these dudes are just nuts, man. Like, fanboy, P-Rock. We fanboy, we make these jokes, but we know to cut the line. You know, we have a line there, like, we're not going to cross that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a line we're not going to cross. Mm-hmm. This is a joke. Do we hate Xbox? No, but you can get it better. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to invest all this money into this console just for Pete's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to have to showcase something. You feel me? So I just don't get these dudes, man. Like, it's crazy that the whole issue with today is that nobody is willing to talk about these things. That's why Code had that Spaces to talk about the actual issue that there is racism going on in the Xbox community, but people aren't addressing it. People are just, they will talk about it this one little second or make a tweet and just keep it moving. People are not actually addressing it. But we see now why they're not addressing it, because once you put Xbox in the title of their of a Spaces or a podcast, these dudes get defensive. They get sensitive about the fact that you putting Xbox in there. Oh. Rather than actually understand the context and listen to what people are saying, that this is what I've been experiencing for years.
Yeah.
Nobody's P-Rock, nobody's making this stuff up.
No.
You know what I mean? When it comes to these Xbox dudes and them being racist in these comments that they've been saying, nobody's making these things up. They've been saying crazy shit for years. It's just weird, man.
So
it's just weird.
What I find funny is the term, but every community has toxic people, right? And I understand the general sense, right? In general, sure, around the world, whatever, right? But like when I hear that personally to me, right? When people replay that on my timeline, I'm like, okay, I got these dudes making videos calling my name out on YouTube. I got dudes trying to dox me personally on Twitter. And then I got dudes, trying to make jokes, y'all seen it recently what they did, right? So like
they bring up your wife and stuff, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's actually happening to me. Like it's no skin off my back, whatever. But it's still happening to me. So I'm like, okay, since every community has that, I'm like, what PlayStation person has done all this to you? And they're like, oh, but that's not the Punker Shop article. I'm like, no. I don't want to know an article. I want to know you. Tell me the things that are happening to you. So nothing's happening to you. So everything's okay for you. Like no PlayStation dude's going after you, doxing you. Did anybody make a video about you? So like everybody who says, oh, it's everywhere, how come you ain't going through this shit then? How come it's just me? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute. So for something that's like has toxicity everywhere, ain't that many people going through it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute, So like it just is what it is, right? But like you say, ain't nobody addressing it. And I even said this. I have like that dude, that Brazilian Xbox YouTuber. The dude had 300-something thousand subscribers. One of the bigger Xbox YouTubers, period. Let alone in Brazil, right? He's big. He was bigger than RDX and all them guys. Over 300K. The dude was huge. This dude out here selling T-shirts of bombing Japan. I'm like, yo. Talking about making fun of Stan Lee's death. All because Spider-Man was exclusive to PlayStation. Right? And the final straw that shut him down was he went on live on the air. It was like during the Black Lives Matter movement. He went live on air saying that black people should have remained as slaves. And that shit, that backfired on him so bad that Xbox Brazil forced him to shut down. The lawyers contacted him. They said that he will remove all. And this dude used to get trips to Xbox events. There's pictures of him. There's pictures. What was his name? His name was Xcapin or something. I forgot his name.
He was kissing the Xbox symbol.
Yeah, at an Xbox event. He has pictures with Phil Spencer. So he was hanging out with all of them. I can't remember his name. But he will go to all the Xbox events. He will have pictures of Aaron Greenberg. He has pictures. He showed pictures of him and Phil Spencer. And the homeboy, the homeboy just just made that statement. And then obviously it trended. Xbox Brazil went at him and says, hey, you're no longer associated with our brand. And that's it. That's how bad it got. That when you have to have a corporation to actually shut you down. There you go, Xbox Milgraw. Thank you, Compost Smurf. Xbox Milgraw. Yeah. So when I see this, but everybody has that. Okay. So somebody tell me when PlayStation or Sony came down on a YouTuber on the PlayStation podcast and shut them down. Anybody? Because I don't remember any PlayStation podcast doing that stuff to that level. Like, I never, just, you see what I'm saying? So I understand why I understand the term, everybody has toxicity. All right. But when you seen a little bit extra from some dudes, you got to start wondering, like, yo, where do these guys get the tenacity to go there? Like, yo, you see what I'm saying? Where's it coming from? What's Craig, you got anything
these
on this?
These dudes be calling you out. You remember that Sega Man dude?
Yeah. Puerto Rock.
No PlayStation dudes is doing what these guys are doing, man.
They're like, hey, Puerto Rock. Yo, we put it up. It's funny. He's like, you ain't do shit. They're like, I ain't scared of you. I'm like, I wasn't here to scare anybody. I'm just talking shit about Xbox. Like, what the hell's going on here? It's funny. These dudes are,
They take it personal, bro.
Yo, Greg, is he here or he left?
Yeah.
What do you think about all this? I know you and Selma marching with Martin Luther King, so you have more knowledge than anybody else. give us your perspective.
It's unfortunate. It just it's a group of people that they just have nothing else better to do. Yeah, I mean, anytime you getting put in jail and accounts are getting shut down because of stuff you're saying is it's unfortunate. But how many times I've always thought that there was a bias and that there were a certain group of people that look a certain kind of way that felt upset that Sony, being a Japanese company, is always winning. They're always winning. Nintendo's a Japanese company; they're always winning. So, and so they do feel, the term is, I guess you kids would say, feel some kind of way. And at this point, they're just saying things to make Xbox relevant because it's not. I keep trying to tell people that it's like you don't really have to defend PlayStation because this is just my opinion. Because what is known that doesn't have to be spoken. So you don't have to say, well, we know their stuff is better. So it doesn't have to be debated. What is not spoken is already understood. So but as far as the racism and stuff, yeah, I remember that happening with the 360, and people's accounts getting shut down and things like that. So it's unfortunate people are having to go through that and getting doxxed and because they're upset. They actually feel that they're being personally attacked. I had somebody say to me that when they bought their Xbox, they feel like they're being oppressed. And I just you don't know what oppression is. So that's just who they are as people. It's unfortunate. So it is what it is.
It's just crazy that it's more open. I mean, I know internet hides. For some people, they got the fake sock accounts, so I know the trolls. They're gonna do stuff. But when you go on a podcast and you say that, yeah. I'm like, yo, you is crazy.
They think there's an air of anonymity online, and it's no, you being online, the easiest thing to do at this point is find you. It's never been easier than any time in the world. 15, 20 years ago, you might be able to say something and get away with it. You can't no more. So that's why, you got to watch what you say to people. And because they're how many times you get off work and you come home and it's been, that idiot went nuts at that grocery store, got mad at the Kool-Aid or something, ended up shooting people, So, but no, I'm just saying, you just, they actually do feel like they're being personally attacked for them buying an Xbox. And so it's just they can't, they don't have the balls. They can dish it, but they can't take it. They made fun of Wolverine being CGI, but they jerked themselves off the Starfield being nothing but CGI. Mm-hmm. So and when you point that out, they do get upset. So that's why I'm just kind of it's stupid to really be talking to them. I shout out the Cove for actually trying to have an adult conversation, but I mean, you're dealing with a bunch of kids. You're dealing with a bunch of kids, a bunch of babies. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
All right. So anyway, I guess we hit up the topics. Thank you, gentlemen, for your insight and whatever. But that's it. We're closing out the show. Jay Barry, tell them where we can find you. Tell them what you got coming, because this Saturday is a movie.
Sir, yes, sir, man. You can find me @JBari_ on Twitter, @JBari on YouTube. Don't follow me on Twitter if you're sensitive. YouTube, subscribe, man, if you want to see some gaming content. What's Up PlayStation Podcast this Saturday, guys, is going to be a great one. We're going to have Sean Layden on as a guest on the podcast. And yeah, it's going to be a good one, man. Having the former head of PlayStation a part of the What's Up PlayStation crew this weekend. So if you guys are interested in hearing what Sean Layden has to say when it comes to some of these questions we're going to ask and let's talk about gaming in general, you come on through, man. It's going to be a good one.
All right, awesome. Hey, Craig, what you got going on? And on your way out, don't forget to hit the like button.
Yeah, y'all make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, it was fun, man. Appreciate it. Was able to stay all night long. But yeah, got some other stuff going on this week. So but shout out to everybody that came through. Shout out to 60 Frames No Lag. And yeah, go check out PlayStation Nation. Got a lot of things going on. Like I said, Big Cloud, he's interviewing 47 from Hitman. And then, you know, and J Bar, like you said, they're gonna have Mr. Layton on, so that'll be a good, interesting conversation. But and somebody was saying, is Tokyo Gaming Show this weekend?
Yeah, I saw that in the chat.
Right. Thursday.
So y'all check that out, maybe. And yeah, they always have something crazy. Maybe we'll get some more of that. Was it that one game for Spoken, something like that?
Yeah.
Interested in seeing more on that. Love the protagonist in that, and like I'm working to try to get her on. I may not be able to ask no questions. I may just be sitting there sweating.
Oh, snap. That's what's up, man. Good luck with that.
But right. Shout out to everybody and appreciate everybody coming on. And hit that like button for my man Porter Rock, who's as you all like to say, got them jumping in these gaming streets.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, hey, thank you for rocking out. Hope you enjoy today's episode. We'll check you guys out next week, same time. All right, don't forget, I'm your only friend in these YouTube streets, Porter Rock 37. Oh shit! Now you want to show off?
Oh,
that's it.
Man,
clip that. Damn. Clip that. That's it. Show's over. Clip that. Clip that.
Ain't this some shit?
Oh, God, damn.
What you mean? One and done?
That's it. That's it. This one and done. Oh man. You got 400. Oh man. That's it. I'm gonna end